After an all-night session, the Senate has an approved budget plan. There was some pushback from the Democrats, of course, and the Republicans, being the majority, won the approval with a 52-48 vote. Today is February 21st. It's 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is going to take a little bit more than a minute and a half to 2 minutes for me to go through it. I'm going to tell you exactly what the plan is, what cuts made it, what cuts didn't. Now, the main focus of this entire budget plan is Trump's immigration, security and border, energy priorities, and defense. There are lots of amendments that occurred, and this is why the session happened all night. Let's dig in. The total budget plan is $340 billion. Now, $175 billion is looking to go towards border security. This includes mass deportation operations and building the U.S.-Mexico border wall. Now, $150 billion will go towards, this is the plan anyway, $150 billion towards the Pentagon, which is military spending, defense. $20 billion towards the Coast Guard. Now, this is just a framework, by the way. So for those who don't know, this plan, now that it's approved, it's sent to various committees like Homeland Security, Judiciary, Armed Services, a bunch of committees. And then the committees have to take a look at it. If they have anything to add or amend, then they send and have to submit their proposals by March 7th. Now, then after they do that, then the Senate will vote again. So one amendment, which was really interesting, that it came from a Republican. It's on Medicaid and Medicare. They really wanted to debunk what's going on all over social media and on the internet, fear-mongering people about there being Medicare and Medicaid cuts. So this is part of the plan, one of the amendments to the original budget plan, which, by the way, was from Dan Sullivan, who is a Republican. He's from Alaska, a senator from Alaska. Medicaid and Medicare would be strengthened during this budget process. They're not planning on cutting it. This is a plan, by the way. Tons and tons of amendments came about from the Democrats, obviously. One of the big ones was the Medicare, Medicaid cut. The other big one was the tax breaks for the wealthy. Democrats didn't want that. Who wants that unless you're wealthy anyway? Democrats were able to prevent tax breaks for the billionaires. They won that amendment. There were like 36 amendments on reversing DOGE cuts, protecting federal workers from being fired, ensuring U.S. support for Ukraine as it battles Russia and others. Now, Trump's tax cuts for the wealthy, he had done that the first time around in office, right? So those tax cuts for the wealthy expire at the end of this year. So if they don't get them in this plan, too bad. The Senate Republicans want to make these tax cuts permanent, but they're going to have to try again on another bill because they lost that part in this bill. And I mean, that's primarily what's going on with this bill. So now it will go to the committees, and we'll see from there if the committees have any additional proposals as far as spending cuts or additions. I will keep you updated with everything. Please like, follow, and share for more. And I hope you have a great Friday. It's the weekend. Hopefully it's going to be a relaxing one for everyone. Thank you for being here.